On the 8th of May 1945, almost 75 years ago, it was declared that after 6 years of fighting, the war in Europe was over. The announcement of VE Day brought the end to the Second World War, with the allies of Britain, France, the USA and the Soviet Union triumphing over the fascist states of Germany and Italy. On the morning of the 8th of May 1945, Winston Churchill had been assured by the Ministry of Food that there was plenty of beer to go around, and the Board of Trade announced that people could purchase red, white and blue bunting without using ration coupons. And so a national holiday in Britain was declared, and Churchill addressed the nation, saying, "This is your victory." 75 years on from the Allied victory over Hitler and Nazism, it is of huge importance that we look back on the courage, strength and sacrifices that the British people made on the front lines and on the home front to allow us to maintain the liberal and democratic society in which we live in today.
In France, crowds of people dashed through the Arch of Triomphe, waving the Allied flags, and British, American and French servicemen celebrated along with the crowds of civilians throughout the night. Street parties took place across Britain, with neighbours sharing rationed food. Churchill's words, "But let us not forget for a moment the toil and efforts that lie ahead," emphasised that while it was a time of celebration, it wasn't all over. In the air, there was still a sense of devastation, as many recognised how many lives had been lost to get to this stage and the devastation it had caused. While thousands gathered in Times Square to celebrate, the general reaction in USA to VE Day was more muted than in Europe. Truman's message to the American people made it clear that their victory was only halfway there and they must work to finish the war as they were still fighting with Japan.
VE Day was not only filled with reflection and grief over the millions who had died in the conflict, but also gave Brits a reason to celebrate and be happy. The grounds outside the Houses of Parliament were packed with revellers celebrating with a V for victory.